Hello and welcome to a legs and core routine, part of the Bowflex 100 program. It's designed to get you stronger and fitter and feeling good on this machine in just 100 minutes a week. So this here is a Bowflex Xceed. You can do all of the routines in this program on the Extreme, any of the different versions, and also on the PR 3000. So again, today's routine, this is going to be a legs and core routine, and we're going to do it all from this bottom set of pulleys here. So I've got my cables run down to the base pulleys here. I've got mine in the second widest pulley position to start. We've got a lot of different attachments here, and I tried to simplify this routine, and ultimately it's like we just need a lot of different gear here to really get a good workout in, or to do what we wanted to do here. So we're starting out with squats, and for squats, if you've never done them before, I'll have a link to another video in the description. It is really tricky to get set up on the first time on this machine, but once you get your cables all in the right position and everything, it's not hard. Well, squats are hard, but it's not hard to figure them out. So I got my squat bar extension and then also the squat bar pad, and that's what we're going to be starting out this routine with. Now, if you have a spinal issue or a back issue, squats with a lot of weight on are a bad idea, and for that I'd recommend doing some goblet squats or body weight squats instead. I'll have links in the description for that as well. So speaking of links in the description, there's also going to be a link to this PDF here where you can download it or print it out and then write down all the resistance setting you're using today. It's going to help you because you're going to return to this routine in the future, know what you did before, and it's going to help you raise those numbers up. So that PDF is also something you're going to want to have handy, and that PDF is also going to tell you what's up next, which is going to be some resisted crunches after those squats. So for those, I like using a tricep rope, and I'm also going to be lying down on a yoga mat. So if you don't have a tricep rope, not a big deal. You can do those resisted crunches with just the normal Bowflex handles. It'll be fine. I just like the tricep rope a little bit better. So you can do the rest of this routine with these handles as well, or if you have ankle straps, you can use the ankle straps. Ankle straps are really nice because you basically put your foot through it, wrap it up, and then you're gonna have a really good connection with this machine and good control of all the resistance. So if you got ankle straps, you can use them. Otherwise, you just open up the Bowflex handle, shove your foot through it, and that'll work just fine as well. So, some of this extra gear, it's gonna help you get a better experience out of your machine, but if you don't have it, you can still follow along with this routine. So I think that is everything here. You know how it goes. We're gonna have our little 4-minute warm up and stretch, and then we're gonna rack up our resistance. So if you're gonna be joining me, make sure you hit that like button, and I'll see you right back for the warm up. All right, let's go. Let's get this thing started with some jogging in place, or you can do some jumping jacks, or you can do high knees, whatever you want to do to get your body warm, and then we'll get a good stretch going. So while we're doing this, let's talk about today's routine. First up, we're going to be starting out with 5 sets of squats. So the first set or 2, I want you to kind of build up to a heavier weight setting. Think of it as like a continuation of your warm-up. Also, you can do body weight squats if you struggle with, added resistance or the position with the bar or maybe weight on your back. That's okay too. After that, we're moving into some resisted crunches. So we're gonna be lying down on the ground for those. And actually, I'm gonna keep my weight setting the same. So it's gonna kind of flow a little bit smoothly, I'd like to think. Probably a little more smoothly than to our next lift, which is going to be hip extensions. So for these, I'm gonna be putting on those ankle straps and going into them, dropping the weight a lot for those as well. From there, we have leg pulls to crunch. If you've been on the channel for a while, you know I really enjoy that lift. And then finally, we're gonna finish things off, blasting our quads with some leg extension. So that is gonna be today's routine. And up next, we've got some body weight squats, kind of keep our warm up going. So for body weight squats, I like putting my arms out in front of me, just as a counterbalance, drop nice and low, and raise up out of this. Now, go as low as you can comfortably go. If you can only make it to here, that's fine. So as you do these, think about where your knees end up. You don't want to be leaning forward a whole bunch. And the same is going to go for squats when we get there. So let's do a couple more of these. And then we're going to move into lunges. So for a lunge, what I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward here, lower my leg down. Don't hit the ground like I just did there. We're just trying to loosen up. This is hitting a lot of different muscle groups in our legs, from you know, our quads, our glutes, our hamstrings, and also our calf muscles as well. So I'm just kind of alternating these, loosen it up here. And I'm gonna do last one here, and we're gonna move into a quad stretch here. So I'm just gonna be grabbing my foot with one leg, or one arm, hand, and pull it up. And you know, you can lean up against something if you need to. And let's switch sides. Okay. Next, we're going to move into a kind of a different stretch here called the downhill skier. So I'm going to kind of drop here like I'm beginning a squat, and then I'm going to put my forearms on my thighs here. I'm going to be looking straight ahead, and then I'm going to start reaching my hands out in front of me. And this should really engage your hamstrings and also kind of your hip flexors a bit here. And then we're going to bring them back. And let's do that again out in front of us. Hold it for a second. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to stand up a little bit, straighten out my legs, and I'm going to kind of turn this into a forward fold as I reach down towards the ground. And if you can't touch the ground, that's okay. You can even raise up out of this and come right back down. And at this point, you know, we're in our freestyle. Last 20, 30 seconds, you can do whatever you need to do today. I'm going to do a couple more forward folds, just reaching down in front of me. Maybe a little torso twist action. And then we're going to be racking up our resistance here. Okay, so for resistance setting, I'm going to be racking up a lot here. And there we go. So I'm actually going to be putting up about 200 pounds to start things out. And I'm going to add a little bit more as we go. So again, I got my squat bar with the extension hooked up. And again, don't go to your max resistance here just yet. You know, think of this as we're continuing our warm up a little bit here. With squats, this is especially important because we start at this really low position on this machine. And again, if you're not familiar with how to do squats or hook any of this up, you can pause. I also have a link to another video in the description that's all about how to do squats on this machine, how to hook this all up, because it's not the most intuitive thing in the world. So I've got the bar on my back, and when you start getting in position here, less than about 10 seconds to go. And I'm going to go ahead and raise up here. And here we go. So let's go ahead and start dropping down. Nice controlled drop and raise up. That's one. And you can lean back just a little bit if you have a good amount of weight on. That's two. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you have a lot of reps in the tank, go up to 12. There's 10, 11, and 12. You know, I'm normally going to be doing 10, but you know, like I said, kind of continuation of my warm-up, that lighter weight setting. I had a few extra to go. So I'm going to bump up my weight setting here, adding another 30 pounds of power rods. And note, we have a little bit longer than 1 minute between every set of squats. I don't know about y'all, but I need the recovery time on those, and helps me a lot. Otherwise, you just hear me breathing really hard the whole time. Okay, we got 15 seconds. Let's start getting in position. Okay, we're in the low position here. Let's raise up now. Now let's drop it down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go. Nice. That was feeling really good to me. I'm actually going to bump my weight up a little bit more than I was planning to do today. Feeling real nice. So I'm going up to 280. This is it's a pretty heavy weight setting for myself, but like I said, feeling good. And I'd encourage you to, really challenge yourself as well with this routine today. You know, at least if you come up short, people aren't watching you, but I'm gonna make it through this thing. I know you can too. Okay, 10 seconds. Let's start getting in position. I'm gonna raise up. Here we go. Nice. I love this weight setting here. That's 1, 2, 3. Feel the power. 5. I skipped 1. That's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, write it down. Oh, sorry, I know I'm skipping my, skipping numbers that are going out of order. I'm getting hyped about this routine. I don't do legs as often as I once did. I've definitely talked about it in some other videos, but I recently ran a marathon, and I went injury-free for the entire training process that got me there, and I credit a lot of it to lifting weights or doing a lot more leg lifts than I used to. But as part of that program, I am running a lot of miles and not doing as many leg days, and damn, it feels good to lift heavy some days. Whew. Okay, 10 seconds. Let's start getting in position. I'm raising up here now. Okay, let's drop it down. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, write it down. We got one more set of these squats. And you know what? I am feeling so good today. I'm bumping the weight up one last bit here. Now I'm going to be dropping my weight setting down quite a bit after this when we go into those resisted crunches. Actually, just a little bit. Basically, all those extra bands I've been adding, those are coming off. But yes, I'm feeling some squats today. Hopefully you are as well. Let's start getting in position here. Last set of these. Let's raise up. Okay, here we go. Drop it down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes. Okay. I'm going to be disconnecting this band here, or the bar here, and I'm done with this squat bar. So I'm just setting this aside here. I'm going to start hooking up my tricep rope. So only hooking up this to one side. So we got a lot of weight hooked up already. And it's just on one side. So I'm actually going to be dropping my weight by a little bit. I'm going back down to 240. I went above 300 pounds there. So keep this, factor it in as you go into this. And then finally get your yoga mat out, because we're going to be lying down here. Okay, I'm a little behind here. That's okay. Your arms are going to be, or bring the handles down to your shoulders, and then we're going to raise up. That's 1 for me. 2, 3, 4. Get those shoulders off of the ground. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. I didn't get a lot of instruction in there. What you really want to do on this lift is really, get your shoulders off of the ground, keep your back on the ground for the most part. What you should be having is like a little bit of a curl as you come up here, and hold that weight. That's going to make that a lot harder to curl up off the ground. And really, you need to engage your abs here to here, and to do that, it's going to be lifting your shoulders off of the ground like that. So here we go, 5 seconds. Raise up, get those shoulders up, hold it for a second, and then drop. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. 2 more sets of those crunches. I think I might adjust my weight setting down just a little bit. I might be dropping 30 pounds here. Okay, less than 10 seconds. Let's get in position. Here we go. Crunch it up. That's 1, 2, 3. Get that nice curl in your back. 4. As you engage your core. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, one more set of these. After this, we're going to be going into some hip extensions. So if you have ankle straps, you could go ahead and put these on right now. It's going to just help with transition time. I'm also going to be dropping my weight setting down to 80 pounds on each side. So big drop in resistance as we go into these. So I'm just getting a little ahead here. Okay, let's get back in position here. Last set of crunches. Here we go, crunch it up. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay. Extended rest interval here, but we got a lot to do. So again, I'm going with the ankle straps. You can use just the normal handles if that's all you got though. That will look a little bit different for you when we get there though, because with these ankle straps, you get such a nice tight connection with the machine. So I'm also dropping my resistance. I'm going down to 80 pounds of power rods on each side. So for me, I'm dropping these elastic bands, and I'm done with the bands. So you can completely remove them if you want. And we're gonna go into those hip extensions. So there's a few different ways to do them. I'm gonna do it like this here, where I'm gonna have one foot on the platform and my outer foot here is just gonna be extending out like this here. I like having, with this hand here, the inner hand up against the backrest, and then we just be kicking this leg out wide. And also if you hold it in the extended position, that ups your difficulty some more. So let's extend it out and slowly retract. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Control that weight through the whole range of motion. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Short rest interval here, because all we got to do is just spin around. Mentally record that number of reps you just did right there. We'll write it down after this set here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's extend it out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Let's write it down. Okay, keeping my weight setting the same. And it looks like for our next exercise after this, I'll keep it the same as well. Wow, we are out of time. Okay, here we go. Extend it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sorry all about joining late. It seems like it's happening a lot in this routine. This is one of the reasons I'd encourage you to count out loud as you're going through it, because it's going to help prevent me from throwing you off. Let's go into this last set of hip extensions. Let's extend it out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah. 1 minute of rest here. We're going to go into a leg pull to crunch. Now, I'm going to keep my weight setting the same, but I'm going to grab my yoga mat again here, and we're going to be lying back down on the ground here. I'm just kind of on one side of the machine, though you can kind of alternate between the two if you want, because I just want to stay on camera here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the resistance kind of coming from underneath my leg here, and I'm going to be doing a crunch where I lift up and I pull back at the same time. So this is going to help engage your upper and lower abs at the same time with that added resistance. So I'm going to do 1 set on this side, clip to the other leg, and then repeat. Okay, 10 seconds to go. All right, let's pull it back up, and that's 1, 2. I'm actually just going to work out to the whole clock here instead of counting all of them. For extra difficulty, you can hold this crunch and then slowly release it. As if you need extra difficulty, these are hard enough on their own. Okay, we got a medium rest interval, 40 seconds here. So again, I'm just re-clipping and I'm going to the other side now. Whew, I am sweating it up today. This is actually my second routine I'm recording today, trying to get this routine out. And I do want to mention that if you feel like doing 2 routines in a day, you definitely can with this. I don't think I would do 3 because at that point your body starts to get really tired. But these routines are kind of structured so you can do multiple in a day. Also, if you're looking for just a little bit more, I'm going to have add-on routines that kind of complement them. That complement the main routine that you can just jump right into after this. Yeah, 5 more seconds. Okay. One more on each side, and we go right into we're going to hook up the leg extension attachment after this, and that'll be it. So we are getting close to finishing here. I know this is getting killer here. We're on, what is this, set number 7 of abs here. Just stick with me. Ten seconds to go. Okay, last set of core work here. Okay, 10 seconds, and this is going to be our final ab exercise. We'll have a longer rest interval here to hook up the leg extension. So let's make this last set count here. Here we go. Crunch it up. Let's pull your leg in nice and high here. Okay, 1 minute and 40 seconds here to hook up our leg extension attachments. We got a few things we got to do here. First for me is getting a little drink of water. Okay, so we're going to be hooking up the seat here. I'm going to put mine in the highest position here, and then also the leg extension attachment. Now I will be adding more resistance, but I'm going to wait until after I connect the resistance down here. So I'm still sitting here with about 80 pounds of resistance hooked up, so it makes it a lot easier to connect this. And then I'm going to add an additional 50-pound rod after this is all set up. Okay, a little bit of time to spare here. Now leg extension, y'all know the deal here. This is a really intuitive lift. We're just going to be extending our legs out. I like holding it for a second and then slowly retract. And that's 1, 2, 3. Try to lean up against the backrest firmly. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, write it down, and again, we're thinking about that weight setting. We got a total of 3 sets of these, so not gonna, overdo it. So if you think you can raise the weight setting up, go for it, or maybe go for 12 in this next, set if you felt like you had a few left in the tank. For me, I seem to have a hard time really starting to add the bands. Right now I'm just doing 130 pounds of rods here. Once I go up to 150, it ends up just kind of hurting my knees a little bit. And so I'm gonna be going for 12 reps in this set here, trying to increase my reps before I increase that weight setting. Here we go. Let's extend it out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, one other thing I just thought of while doing this, another way you can increase your resistance just a little bit is if you extend out these pulley positions here just a little, that's also going to increase your resistance, which I think I will for this last set. Now, I also want to give a big thank you to members on the channel that help support and make these routines possible. And you know, if you find that you're getting a lot more out of your Bowflex from this channel and you want to say, hey, I like what you're doing here, I want to support it, you know, look to join that. There's links to the Patreon is in the description. So really appreciate all the support through there. And those that, you know, pay a little extra to get their name in the credits as well, I appreciate all of you though. Here we go, final set, let's extend it out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going for 12 here. 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Awesome job on finishing this thing out. Don't forget to remove your power rods from tension and wrap them up with a bungee cord. Also, you know, if you're looking for a little bit more exercises, maybe extend this routine out a little bit further, there's a recommended video up on the screen here. Recommend adding some calf raises to this routine, and that'll do it for you. So thank you again for joining me. As always, I want you to be good to yourself and be good to others.